Hi there, my name is Rachel Vernon, and I am beginning my second year in the counselor education program at ECU. I am on track to become a school counselor with hopes to work in the high school setting once I obtain my degree. I'm originally from Sanford, North Carolina, right in the middle of the state, but I'm currently living in Greenville and going to school, and I'm also teaching here at a local high school. As we're beginning this class on ethics, as a counselor, I think ethics can be pretty intimidating. My biggest fear when it comes to ethics in school counseling is all the gray areas, particularly with confidentiality, and because I think it's really important to establish and build a relationship on trust that students can come to the counselor as needed for social and academic and career development. But I think that sometimes when it comes to things that should be told or that need to be reported to, whether it's a parent or social services, whatever that may be, I think that that there needs to be, maybe at the beginning of the session, having some ground rules about okay, I am your counselor, you can trust me, but there are some things that I ethically and legally have to report for for safety reasons or whatever that may be. But I think that establishing ground rules with confidentiality at the beginning of a session helps the client or the student and the counselor have a mutual understanding of their relationship. And when I was looking over the Code of Ethics, I found it was section H6D. It talks about social media, and I would have never thought about having rules and regulations in the Code of Ethics, but it totally makes sense, especially with this day and age, and especially working with high schoolers and teenagers. But the section says the use of social media, counselors take precautions to avoid disclosing confidential information through public social media, and that's just the main topic. There's tons of little subheadings and information under that, but I think that after reading through that section, especially depending on the population you work with, social media can be a very positive tool to work with your clients or students, but at the same time, I think that as counselors, we need to be very careful about what we put on our personal and our, professional social media, whatever realm that's in. I think we need to be careful about what we put on each of those, and even on our personal, people knowing what kind of job you have, making sure you are not putting confidentiality information about a client, with the client on your social media, or putting things on your social media that could reflect poorly on your professional life. So back to the class on ethics. There's a lot I want to learn about ethics. I know that the Code of Ethics is supposed to, be a big protection blanket for counselors, but it also seems really scary at the same time. So I think I just, want to have an overall better understanding of the Code of Ethics, so that I can be, the best professional counselor that I can be in the school setting, and knowing my rights as a counselor, and knowing the rights of my client, and using that to protect both of us in the process of counseling for the years to come. So I'm looking forward to this class and learning more about the Code of Ethics. Thanks. Bye.